the snow with a one-horse open sleigh.
Hello friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Make and Take Tuesday. This is a weekly series that I do on my channel where I introduce you to a new paper collection, tool, die, product, technique, or design, and we make something beautiful together. This month in December, we're going through a lot of Christmas projects and papers, and I wanted to show you this new collection from Stamperia. It's called Romantic Winter Valley. These collections, the romantic collections, are designed to be used mixed media, journals, that sort of thing, but I use them my way. And I just wanted to show you how precious this collection is. Lots of wintry blues, but the thing that won me over were these adorable houses and these sweet little woodland creatures. This is the 8x8 pad, which I've already dipped into, but look how precious these are. And of course the back is blank, so you could add your own greeting if you wanted to. I love this beautiful red fox. I love the starry sky pattern. Lots of snow, Christmas trees, sweet little village scenes. I love the little birds. Great background pages, wonderful collage pages. Here they are all sleeping. I love the little ornaments here. This wood grain border piece is great. The ornaments have two sides, so that's really fun. And then these are the cut apart images, and this is the 8x8, so these are smaller. And this is probably what we're going to be working with today. And then all of these different sentiment cut aparts, blank on one side, printed on the other, and then fussy cut images. And you can always get a little border piece off the back of these Stamperia pads. The 12x12 is the same, just bigger. So if you're doing scrapbook pages or even cards, you could use this even on cards. I think the 8x8 probably works a little bit better, but I like to get both sizes because I like the size of the ornaments here. And these cut aparts are just enough bigger that they're a little bit more useful. So there's the 12x12. I picked up a couple of the single sheets so that I would have extra of these ornaments and extra of these card fronts and extra of these cut aparts. So that's the basic collection. It also comes in a 6x6, which is really cute as well. I grabbed the rub-ons. I haven't used rub-ons in years, but they kind of made a comeback lately, and they really are fun, and they add nice little touches to your projects. Then I got the card and the cards collection, which has tags, which I love to use, and little images, and there's cards. Super sweet. This is just the sweetest collection. I love it. And then I also got die cut ephemera, and here's, I have this all sorted out in my little, this is an old container, food container, but I sort it out by theme so it's easier for me to find things. And then this is the die cut chipboard, which I do the same thing with. And these images are also beautiful. Some of the floral borders and such are exquisite. So we're going to make something really fun. This idea popped in my head. I think it's going to be quick and easy and fun to do. So let me get set up and we will get started. So what are we making? How about this totally adorable mini file folder mini album? It's got a canvas spine that I've painted, these great papers, a little shaker wreath window, sweet little woodland collage, vintage button, and this is the closure, this vintage clasp that I turned into a dangle charm. And on the inside, we've just got all these sweet little interactive pages. I've left them mostly blank so that you can add little photos or write a poem, whatever you would like to do there. We've got little pockets with card elements in them. We've got this really sweet collage scene page with these darling little birdies, and we could write something across here if we wanted to. Then we've got another little flip page and a sweet little pocket. If you'll notice, these two images flow together. Another little hidden pocket with a card inside. And then this is the last page. We've got a flip down and a flip up, and all these sweet little critters and a little tuck spot here for a tag. So that's what we're going to be making today with Stamperia Winter Valley. Stick around and we'll get the tutorial started.
Is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
All right, friends, if you're ready to get started making this adorable file folder mini album, here is what you will need. This is the Graphic 45 file folder die, and I'll link to this on my blog, and I'll put the link to my blog in the description box below this video so you can find this easily. And from this, I have cut 4 file folders out of heavy craft cardstock. And then I've also cut 3 5 3/8 inch by 1 inch strips of the paper and scored it in half at 1/2, and 4 3.5 by 1 inch pieces and scored in half. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use these pieces. This is how I joined my album together. I've done this with tags, I've done this with envelopes, I've done it with all sorts of things. The first thing you want to do is set your file folders up in the order that you want them to be. And I want this tab to be on the outside, on the front and on the back. So I have this one going this way, and then I have this one with the indentation. This is going to be our pocket, and this one, this page is on the front. So I'm going to take my long strip and put adhesive on it, and I'm going to line this up right along the edge like this. Then I'm going to take my adhesive and put it on the top, and this is going to act like a little hinge or a flap that allows us to connect these 2 pages together so that they match up. Now see, you can turn this page. For the pocket, we're going to use our short pieces. And the reason we're using, I call these gussets, and the reason we're using a gusset as opposed to just gluing the pages together is that the gusset gives us the full width of the pocket, so we can fit larger pieces in. And I think I said 3.5. You're going to want to cut a little, I think a little below 3.5 now that I see this, because it sticks out a little bit at the top. So go a little below 3.5 on that. I'm just going to trim mine down. I've got this little hanger piece here. Oh, where did it live? All right, so there's the one on the top. The folded edge goes to the outside edge of the page that you're gluing to. Did I do that right? Yeah. Just line it up nice and straight. I use my finger to help me get it placed properly. And I'm just going to trim this little extra off here. All right. So here's our front cover, here's our page, and we're going to take our adhesive, put it on this top flap, and bottom flap, and then we're just going to seal it. See, now we have this really nice pocket right here. This is just a turn page, and you're just going to repeat this same process again on this page.
It is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Day or two ago, thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
So you can leave this page open, or you can go ahead and add gussets and create a pocket. But I'm going to leave it open since we have two pockets in the middle. And I think that works really well. So there's our little book all put together. Now I'm going to ink all my edges with Gathered Twigs Distress ink, and then I'm going to dry brush my edges with white paint, and I'll be back and we'll do the next step. All right, friends, so I've got my edges inked. I decided not to dry brush them with white paint, and I've gone ahead and cut out my pieces. So for some of these pages, you're going to have to use just half your die to cut out. So I'm going to take my front cover, and I've labeled all my pages because I get confused. and I go, did I cut that? Did I not cut that? So I went through and I cut all my pages. And I'll just show you very quickly. We're going to put these pages together. And this is one of those that you can, this is one of those designs that you can step up or you can keep super simple. So I did offset just a tiny bit on this edge to create that drop shadow. And then here's my back cover. So you can take this up and make it have lots of bells and whistles, or you can keep it super simple and make it something so quick that you can stick in as a stocking stuffer or use at a swap or something like that. So this is sticky back canvas, and I've had this in my stash forever. And I've cut a piece that is 1.5 inches by just over, not quite 5 3/8. And then I inked it up with Gathered Twigs and a darker blue that I just had already inked in my stash. And we're going to wrap this right around the spine like that. And it just creates a really nice little cover. All right. And you can come in with stencils, which I probably will do just to add some texture here, or you can leave it just like it is. But this creates almost like a real book binding, which is, I think, fun. So when we open this up, here's our first 2-page spread. And for this page, I'll just show you. I just laid my die down exactly like this on my 12 by 12 paper. I picked the section I wanted to die cut, and I lay my die down. I used a little Post-it tape to hold it in place, and I cut. But then, because you have to be able to work around this fold and you want to make sure that your pages are going to fit, I trimmed just a hair off of each inside edge. So you can glue these down just like they are, and that's a really cute page, and then you could put little photos or whatever you want to put there. I want to create sort of like a flip element on each page. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I went into my 8 by 8 papers and I cut these 3 1/4 by 4 inch panels. Used a corner punch on the bottom, scored 3/8 of an inch across the top to make a flap. And we're just going to take these and glue that flap back behind our main page to create a sweet little interactive element there, and kind of tells a story. You've got your fox out on a chilly night. You know that song, he went out on a chilly night, prayed for the moon to give him light, prayed many miles to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, that's kind of sweet. So this is going to go right here. And this is going to go right here. You have to leave a little tiny gap. You can see it's just like a hair's breadth between these 2 pages so your book will close. So go ahead and close your book, crease your spine. So now you've got these fun little flip up pages. So you can do a little photo up here, a little photo down here. So we turn the page and now we're on pages 3 and 4. So I've got these pages here, and these are a perfect page for a pop-up element. All right, friends, for this little pop-up element, I went into my 8 by 8 pad and I chose this first sheet, and I just kind of cut around the fox and along here where the icicles are. Then I folded the paper in half. Then I scored a 1/2 inch flap on the bottom. And now what we have to do is kind of take this for a test drive and see if we're going to hang out. So I can see, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark along here so I know I have to remove from this side. So I think if I come down, all right, so let's come down around the bunny. I mean, sometimes this is just trial and error. Sometimes you can tell right away the first time exactly where to cut. And sometimes you have to, you know, just try a few things and see. I'm going to actually cut around my trees. And along this hill. And I want to come in, trim around my bunny ears. Okay. Oops, lost my page. Here we are. So let's put this in here again. So I've got where the little crease is right in the middle, and I'm going to fold. And we might still be sticking out a little bit over here. Let's see, yeah. So I can see that I need to come down around this tree. Okay, now I've cleared all those pencil lines on the back, and we should be okay. And we can test it one more time to make sure it fits. Okay, so this little corner has to come off. All right. And now we're good on both sides. So I'm gonna line things up here. I might need to just do like this over here. Okay, and I'll trim that off after we get this glued in. So now take this flap. And there go all my pages falling out. Oh well. All right. Okay, so close and open, and there's a sweet little pop-up element. That is so cute. All right. Can you see that? How cute that is? All right, friends, so let's open this up and see what we've got. Look, I did a triple pop-up. And the way you do this is you just change the position of your fold. This one we folded right in the center. This one, you can see I folded over here where this house is and over here where this house is. And then this one I folded slightly off center. So they all fit down into each other. Do you see that? And they fold. And then they pop up. This is one of the die cut images. I trimmed the rounded corners off like this, just put a little adhesive along the bottom, and then I tucked this sweet little ornament in there. So that's a very fun interactive page. And that's how you do these fun pop-ups. I kind of like the layers of pop-ups. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's kind of cool. And then in the pocket, we're just going to put this sweet little card. You can add journaling or photos here. So that finishes that set of pages. Now we're going to turn the page, and we've got, this has the double, I don't know what you call that, bump out. So here's pages, what is this, 5 and 6, and I just glued those in, and I just added, I'm just going to add this little rub-on image right here. I love rub-ons because they add layers and image, but no thickness. So to a book like this where we're limited with how much dimension we can add, it's a really nice feature. So you just use your popsicle stick. You can usually hear the image separate. And you just lift up carefully to see if you rubbed enough or you need to rub a little more. Look how pretty that is. Those sweet little guys right in there. And then I took this little chipboard piece. This is a piece left over from fussy cutting out the pop-ups on the previous page. And I just added it as an extra layer of ice and snow, and then the little rub-on star right here. So that's all I'm going to do here. I might come back and do some hand writing. I don't know. We'll see how things progress. All right, friends, this brings us to pages 7 and 8. And I had to use my die a little bit differently here. I'm just going to show you what I did. First, I die cut out the image. This is from the 12 by 12, so I had to be a little innovative. So this is, I cut this out as one. And I'm going to put this on the right-hand page, just like this. But see, my little bunny's head got cut off, and that bothered me. So I came back with the other side of that die, and I lined it up, and I cut out just this part of the bunny. So we're going to glue that down. So that it lines up. Just like that. All right. Then to cover up the gap, I cut out a border piece to go here. But then to continue these cute, because this little guy was also in the picture, but I couldn't include him. So what I did was I trimmed out around his ears, scored this piece at 5 1/4 to make a flap. And we're going to glue the flap back behind the border. And then we're going to glue the border down to the page. Oops. So this little guy comes down, and it looks like all these little buddies are sleeping on the flap together, which is so cute. And I don't know that there's a whole lot else we need to do there. I think that's enough. Super sweet, though. All right, now turn the page. We have another pocket in here. And this brings us to pages 9 and 10, which are the last 2 pages. All right, friends, let's see if we can finish this up. Just a quick flip through of all that we've already done. And we've got our little cards in the pockets. This is so sweet. I did add a teeny tiny pocket here and put this little tiny tag inside. It just seemed to go. And then decorated up with these little birds and this presents, and put a rub-on right here. And this is the card that goes in this pocket. Then this is the last page. And these are the base pages. So before I glued these down, on this one here, I scored a flap on the top to make a little flip up, and then decorated it up with some of the adhesive, some of the die cut pieces. And then on this one, this is one of the cards from the card and tag pack. I scored on the bottom so it flips down. And then this is a little tuck spot right here for this little tag. It just kind of sits in under the owl and the flowers. Added a little sleeping bunny here, but I didn't do a whole lot there. And then there's the back. So to hold this closed, I don't want a ribbon closure because we've got our little shape in the center. So what I did was I took one of these hinge clips, then I created a dangle charm to go from the opening of the hinge clip and added all these sweet wintry charms. I love how they jingle jangle, kind of makes it feel like sleigh bells, which is fun. There's a mitten, there's a couple of snowflakes, let it snow, and then jingle bells that I painted. So I created for the cover a little shaker element. I took this wreath from the die cuts, brushed the edges with white chalk paint, glued down a 2 3/4 inch square of acetate, then added 3 rows of 1/8 inch score tape. And we're just going to put some elements right onto the center of our book. This is German glitter glass from Rene Bouquets. These are snowflakes and sequins. And I've actually got a button or two in there and a pearl. Then I'm going to take just a pinch of this shaker mix. This is left over from my Button Farm Club kit that was called Casa Granada. But I like how the reds and blues kind of pop against this beige background. So now that I've set those in place, I'm going to bring in my wreath. I'm going to center it up and press it in place. So now we've got this sweet little shaker element here. To go on the wreath, I took these 2 sweet little birds and they're going to sit right here. And this sweet little cluster of flowers and berries is going to go right on top. And all of these have been brushed with white chalk paint. I have a bow at the top. And then another really cute little bird right here. And this little flower for it to be nesting in. So that's really sweet. Then on the bottom, if I can find it, here we go. I took this die cut sled, and after I brushed the edges with paint, I added my Dries Clear adhesive, and this is going to go right here. So our sweet little deer is going to go right here. And I've got 3 layers of foam tape behind that so that it will be level with the wreath behind it. Then I've got these sweet little berries. I'm going to go right there. A little pine cone. Larger pine cone tucked in there. All right. So I've prepared a little button to go right here on our tab. This is a sweet little vintage button that I threaded with gold thread. And then I've prepared a bow. This is really reasonable ribbon. This is some of their Christmas specialty satin. So sweet. These little houses go so well with this paper collection, and the sort of champagne silk color is beautiful too. So I'm going to put my glue on my knot. I'm going to come in and tuck this right under our bird. And I'll fluff that bow as the glue dries. I have this sweet little floral button I'm just going to put up here on the spine, which I did paint with white paint, by the way. And I really like the way it looks. It gave it kind of a snowy finish. But that, I believe, is it, my friends. That finishes off this adorable little file folder mini album. Super cute as a stocking stuffer or just a little friendship gift. Stamperia Winter Valley. So cute. So thank you for joining me, Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design. You'll be able to find a linked supply list on my blog, and the link to my blog will be in the description box below. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you along for the journey. Please remember to give this a thumbs up. It helps YouTube to share the video with others. And that's it. Go get your craft on. Bye.
Dashing through the snow with a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.